If you are watching this video right now, you are in a special moment. This moment is when somewhere inside you is trying to awaken you with a force too strong to remain silent. You may not be able to fully express what you feel, but you sense it in your heart, your breath, and in the weight you carry every day. Deep down, you know you can no longer continue with your old life. It's as if a small crack has opened inside you, a thin line separates your true self from the version you try to be for others. This is not an ordinary event or coincidence. Every person faces such moments of inner collapse at some point, but most ignore it. They silence themselves under the influence of daily life, hide behind responsibilities, or cling to the fear of change. But some people, like you, do not let this collapse destroy them. This becomes a kind of call. It creates a strong, silent, yet irresistible pull from which there is no turning back. Carl Gustav Jung calls this the beginning of individuation. It is the moment when your soul refuses to live behind the masks you created for social acceptance. At times like this, a video stops being just something you watch, it becomes almost like a mirror. It appears when your conscious mind is confused and tired, but your subconscious has already said, change is necessary. This is the moment when the life you are living starts to feel increasingly meaningless. A life shaped by the expectations of others, obligations, and social roles that once made you feel safe but now constrain your soul. Maybe you are in a relationship that slowly drains more of your energy every day. Or perhaps you work in a job that seems to provide security but quietly destroys your spirit. Maybe the things holding you back are invisible: fear of disappointing your family, the expectation to be the person others want you to be, or the burden of a life laid out for you long ago. Jung points out that the greatest danger of modern life is not chaos but unknowingly living a false life. The real disaster is failing to realize that you are living someone else's life. That is why the inner call often comes with pain. The psyche tries to warn you through dreams, small crises, and emotional fatigue, but if you do not listen, it raises its voice. What was once mere discomfort turns into despair. A simple doubt becomes suffocating anxiety. Mild fatigue becomes complete collapse. And yet, in the midst of this collapse, something beautiful happens. The messages, signs, and symbols necessary for your awakening begin to appear in your life. This does not happen because the universe is magical, it happens because your soul is finally seeking the truth. This is why you found this video right now. The unconscious, as Jung said, communicates through symbols, and when the ego is finally ready to listen, it raises its voice. If this video feels deeply personal to you, if it feels like the timing is perfect, and if it seems as though it is speaking directly to you, that is exactly what is happening. This is not a quick fix or a motivational speech. It is an invitation, a gentle but sincere invitation to face everything you have been avoiding and confront all that you have hidden. You are not broken. You are being reborn. And this moment, right now, is one that cannot be postponed. Perhaps you feel suffocated, as if life is moving forward while you barely keep up. Perhaps you have followed all the rules, you graduated, found a job, got into a relationship, shared happy moments on social media, but still, you feel an inner emptiness, as if a part of you is watching everything from the outside. This feeling, this sense of disconnection, does not mean you are wrong. In fact, it is a sign that your consciousness wants to surface more. Your unconscious is trying to tell you that the mask you created to survive is no longer enough for a real life. That normal life being offered to you is a trap. Small comforts, social approval, stability, even family acceptance provide something, but at the cost of your freedom, reality, and your own voice. Over time, you gradually forget who you are. Jung says that adapting to society is necessary, but it becomes dangerous when it requires you to abandon yourself. This is where the problem faced by millions arises. They live normal lives but feel emotionally numb, spiritually disconnected, and existentially lost. The system offers many distractions: Netflix, food delivery, social media likes, a false sense of belonging, so you don't ask yourself, am I really living, or am I just existing? But inside, you feel the crack. You may try to ignore it with productivity, entertainment, or superficial relationships, but no distraction can silence a soul in crisis. When you start to notice, the world tells you that the problem is just your anxiety and stress. It suggests you simply need a vacation. But deep down, you know the issue is much larger. You feel hopeless because something is wrong in your life. This is not because you have failed, but because you are awake enough to see that the whole system is flawed. The false normalcy around you is a mask for psychological death. Living a life built around tasks yields results, but not meaning. Jung says that a life not fully lived is a disease that can lead to death. Every day, we witness people slowly dying in lives they did not choose. But the truth is, there is a way out. And it begins with recognizing the illusion and facing the discomfort. This restlessness, this existential anxiety, is not weakness, it is the prelude to transformation. You are not broken, you are ready to step towards something greater. The first step is to stop numbing yourself, stop waiting for others to fix your life, and accept looking at your life with honest eyes. Transformation begins when you accept that only you can save yourself. And this is frightening because fear requires risk and stepping outside the familiar. But it is also liberating because it is real. It is necessary, and it is your life demanding to awaken you. Jung says that individuation, the process of becoming your true self, begins when you are tired of living a half-life. It begins when you realize that merely surviving on the surface of consciousness is no longer sufficient. You must integrate everything that has remained hidden, your emotions, traumas, suppressed urges, and rejected desires. This is not a spiritual luxury, it is an existential necessity. And every tear, every silence, every moment of feeling lost is part of the journey. Your pain is not a punishment, it is an invitation to wake up. When you start listening, you will begin to see signs everywhere. People, messages, symbols, even this video, will appear exactly where you need them. This is no coincidence. It is Jung's synchronicity, the meaningful alignment your mind cannot explain, but your soul immediately recognizes. Your unconscious is alive and tries to guide you toward what you need, sending messages through dreams, images, emotions, and everyday events. The right signs appear when you are ready. They do not shout, they whisper. They do not force, they pull you gently. And when you pay attention, you realize, this is for you. It is not a random suggestion. It is not a mere coincidence. It is sincere. It is personal to you. This is the beginning of your awakening. Now we come to the most frightening part, the leap. The moment in your life, in your transformation and awakening, when you realize that everything is completely in your hands. No one is coming to save you anymore. There is no guidebook, perfect plan, or outside hero. Every teacher, every success, every video, and every book can be a guide, but the steps you take are entirely yours. That is why feeling fear, doubt, and uncertainty at this point is completely normal. This is the moment when you realize that if you truly want to experience something, you must finally remove the mask you have been wearing for so long. The role that once protected you and kept you safe is now a trap. You may feel scattered, but in reality, it is your old version, which was never meant to last, that is breaking apart. Jung likened this situation to facing your inner dragon. All the fears, doubts, and resistance that emerge at the threshold of change are present. The dragon will whisper, "You are not ready, you will fail, you will lose everything." Yes, a part of you will believe this, and that is completely normal. Fear does not signal you to stop, it actually shows that you are right on the edge of transformation. The question you should ask is not, "Am I ready?" No one ever feels 100% ready. But can you find the courage to say, "I don't know what will happen, but I can't stay here any longer, now that you are tired of wearing a false mask"? That is the moment when, on the other side of fear, you will find real life, not just survival, adaptation, or approval, but true existence, authenticity, and meaning. Every tear you shed, every worry you feel, every stumble you take along the journey is a new beginning. And in this process, you will start to discover who you truly are. Radical responsibility is your vehicle. It is the acceptance that no one else can navigate your life for you. You now take full responsibility for everything. You are an adult. With this responsibility comes freedom. The leap can be terrifying, yes, but it is also the most honest and liberating action you can take. It may be difficult and painful, but every step frees you from the prison of expectations, distractions, and false norms. This is where real life begins. No one will give you permission, a handbook, or a clear sign. You will create it yourself, by choosing to act, by saying yes to yourself, and by saying no to the limiting dreams that have held you back. This is the awakening journey. It is not easy. It is not fast. But it is real. And it is yours. Now, let's go even deeper. This journey is not just a single leap, it requires making choices every day. Small decisions, leaving work early, protecting your boundaries, or exiting a relationship you know is wrong, all of these are leaps. With each small step you take toward yourself, you begin to feel more in control of your life. And you realize that fear is not always a bad sign, often, it guards the door to your greatest gifts. Fear is a signal calling you to awaken. You are not alone on this journey. Your subconscious sends you signs, through symbols, seemingly coincidental events, and encounters with people. All of this indicates the path your soul wants to show you. When you learn to see these signs, life ceases to feel random, you actively begin to guide it. Remember, you will never feel completely ready. This is true for everyone. But if you feel sufficiently weary and worn out, you can find the courage to leave behind the false life. That is when you discover real life beyond fear. This life is not just about existing, it is about truly being, listening to your inner voice, and remaining faithful to yourself. When you achieve this, even pain cannot scare you, because pain ceases to be a prison and becomes part of your awakening. With every step, you gain strength, with every choice, you become freer, and you become the true master of your life. Now take a deep breath and be honest with yourself, because no one will take your place on this journey. Your courage, willpower, and desires will determine how far you can go and how high you can reach. Perhaps you have been living according to others' expectations for a long time, perhaps seeking false security and approval, but the small, persistent voice inside you has become unbearable. It is telling you, there is more. This life should not be this way. The moment you hear this voice, true change begins. No one is forcing you, no one is taking steps for you, but this call within you readies you to act. You may feel unready, but real transformation never begins in your comfort zone. That void filled with fear, uncertainty, and hesitation is precisely the cliff you must leap from. The choices you face are not simple. You will decide which old habits, false relationships, or masks to shed, because true freedom does not exist within limits set by others. It comes from listening to your inner voice, following what you know is right, and making your own choices courageously. Every small step is a victory, perhaps speaking up about something you have postponed, ending a situation that overwhelms you, or pursuing a long-held passion. Each can carry you to the next stage. And yes, you will experience fear, doubt, and perhaps stumble a few times, but remember, stumbling is a natural part of the journey. Falling or making mistakes does not make you a failure, it makes you stronger, wiser, and more authentic. This voice within you will not only move you to action but also guide you. Every sign you encounter, every thought that comes to your mind, every unexpected meeting, will heighten your awareness and say, keep going, you are on the right path. You must learn to trust yourself, because no one can take ownership of your life like you can. Every decision, every choice, and every risk is yours, and this responsibility may seem frightening at first, but it is actually the key to your freedom. You start looking at what you can do, not what you cannot. Your small successes accumulate, your confidence grows, and one day, you realize that you have taken so many steps that going back or reconciling with your old self has become impossible. That is the moment when you begin to feel the true meaning of life, not just to exist, but to truly live, to create your own values, carve your own path, and take responsibility for your life. Every morning you wake up, replacing a manufactured routine with days filled with your chosen goals, passions, and what you know to be right, you realize that real happiness is not in others' approval but in your inner voice and in your ability to take courageous steps. This journey is not only about major decisions. Every small choice you make, perhaps prioritizing your own needs, saying no, giving yourself time, setting healthy boundaries, is also a leap, and each one frees you while making you a more whole person. Stop blaming yourself and stop questioning the choices of your past, they have brought you here. If you are here, it has a purpose, and now it is time to look forward and shape your own life. People may not always understand you, and some may even criticize you, but this does not change your path. True awareness begins by listening to your inner voice and continues by building your life without needing the approval of others. Fear will always exist because the unknown is inherently a little frightening. But fear is also a guide. Every moment you feel afraid is there to help you grow, to test you, and to lead you toward your real life. If you turn back, you will find only temporary relief, but if you move forward, if you are courageous, you will discover true freedom, authentic living, and your genuine self. Remember, this journey does not end with a single step, it continues by making new decisions every day, taking brave choices, and taking small but meaningful steps. Small steps accumulate, your confidence grows, your fear diminishes, and one day you realize that the old you and your old life no longer fit, false masks no longer work, and others' expectations cannot hold you. You are now the author of your life, the hero of your story, and every step you take, every breath you draw, every courageous choice you make, sets you freer. If you are here reading these words, this is your awakening, the time to act has come. Make a promise to yourself, today, tomorrow, and every day, you will take steps to own your life, live according to your truths, and create your own happiness. You will no longer wait, for someone else to guide you. Every step, every choice, every courageous decision makes you stronger, wiser, and freer. Remember, this journey is not a race, speed does not matter, consistent effort does. Every small step and brave decision offers you the chance to rebuild yourself with accumulated strength. Now, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, do I really want to live my life today, or will I just continue to exist? The answer is within you. If you choose to take a step, the universe will guide you, support you, and place paths before you. This journey may frighten or hurt you, but every drop of sweat, every beating heart, every difficult breath liberates you and reveals your true self. There is no longer an excuse to be ready. Do not wait for the perfect moment, do not search for a flawless plan. Life begins right now, and true transformation starts the moment you decide to act. Take just one step, and the rest will follow naturally, because you are the author of this life, the architect of your own path, and it is time to let go of the past. When you take this step, fear will become your guide, doubt will turn into wisdom, and uncertainty will become your compass. Therefore, do not stop, do not wait, do not postpone, act, because real life, true happiness, and the real you will only emerge here and now.